Hello everyone, and welcome to my GH Soap Opera Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up.
General Hospital spoilers. Wiley busts Willow, tells Michael she's giving Drew special medicine. General Hospital spoilers tease that Wiley Corinthos could see something he shouldn't at Drew Kane's house. Because Michael Corinthos decided to give Willow Kane more parenting time with their kids, Wiley will be spending time near bedridden Drew. Kids will be kids, and we predict that Wiley will finally invade Drew's room at some time. Fans know that Willow is drugging her spouse and he has locked-in syndrome. Will Wiley snitch? Drew knows the awful truth about Willow trying to murder him earlier and tried to signal to Alexis Davis that he is in danger. But since he can just blink his eyelids, the message failed to register with Alexis. That doesn't imply that Drew is destined to remain a victim forever, however. What if Wiley witnesses his mom inserting the incapacitating medication into Drew's fore and tells it to someone? Will Wiley see Willow's wrongdoing? Wiley did something similar lately when he observed Harrison chase with a purloined key and alerted Rick Lansing. Like a good parent, Michael will be sure to ask Wiley and Amelia Corinthos how everything is going at Drew's place, and this is when the youngster might blurt out that mother is giving Drew medicine. If so, how long would it take for Michael to examine what Drew is receiving? Will Michael save Drew? Michael dislikes Drew and he would have a tremendous difficulty if he found out the truth. If Michael has a conscience, he won't want Scout Quartermaine to not have her dad. But let's face it, Michael is selfish, and if he found out that Willow is guilty of crime, he would undoubtedly come out in order to put an end to her custody rights and maybe send her to prison. What happens next in PC? Where do you stand with Willow's behavior? Do you want her to get away with shooting Drew and provoking a stroke while keeping him drugged and immobile? Red-hot General Hospital spoilers warn that Willow's dishonesty might be figured out sooner rather than later. Do you believe she deserves to be punished, or is Drew the bad guy? GH spoilers. Will Maxi face heartbreak after catching Nathan and Lulu in a steamy moment? General Hospital teasers and updates reveal that Maxi Jones has finally seen Nathan West following his remarkable recovery from the dead. Their reunion at the cemetery left both Nathan and Maxi in shock, but what lies ahead for them? Nathan is falling for Lulu. It's plain that Nathan is developing feelings for Lulu Spencer, and it's certain he would have aggressively sought a romantic connection with her if it weren't for Maxi waking up. However, the situation has altered, as Maxi is now fully awake, which surely complicates matters substantially. With Maxi back in the picture, Nathan quietly indicated to Dante Falconeri about the prospect of giving his marriage another chance for the sake of their son, James West. Dante pointed out that Nathan needs to sincerely desire this as well, but it looks like Nathan's heart isn't totally committed to the notion. Nevertheless, Nathan can still make an effort to reunite with Maxi and begin on a new chapter in their lives. Maxi still loves Spinelli, but may not have totally moved on from Nathan. Maxi holds affections for Damian Spinelli as well, however a part of her might never have totally moved on from the agony of losing Nathan. Consequently, Maxi might find herself starting to fall for Nathan once more, even while he stays hooked on Lulu. Nathan could go through the motions of a relationship with Maxi, while still being magnetically pulled to Lulu and the possibilities that could have been. Brooke Lynn Quartermaine was naturally unhappy when she found that Lulu and Nathan had shared a kiss, but she knows that they cannot undo the past. At this time, Brooke Lynn is fully focused on supporting Maxi in putting her life back on track, which regrettably involves keeping her in the dark about the happenings between Lulu and Nathan. Brooke Lynn wants to see everyone be happy. Brooke Lynn's greatest objective is to see everyone be happy, although Nathan and Lulu may find it more difficult to resist the temptation towards another kiss. The more they struggle to keep their distance from one another, the more probable it is that the temptation will become overwhelming. There's a potential that Maxi may discover upon the truth about Nathan and Lulu's previous kiss, perhaps through eavesdropping or a similar circumstance. That being said, this is a situation where the writers of GH could take the most dramatic approach by opting for show don't tell. Imagine if Maxi were to witness a kiss between Lulu and Nathan firsthand. That would undoubtedly amplify the pain of the double betrayal and leave Maxi heartbroken over this shocking revelation. General Hospital spoilers. Lucas takes a stand against Marco to free Laura from Sidwell's control? General Hospital spoilers and updates hint that Lucas Jones still has plenty to uncover about the full spectrum of Jens Sidwell's unethical ways. Marco Rios had assured Lucas that he is ready to choose him and depart, but he must stay on until Sidwell complete his ongoing project. Lucas is desperate not to leave Windmere without Marco. Since Lucas is desperate not to leave Windmere without Marco by his side, he will find himself with even more possibilities to explore and unearth hidden realities. Meanwhile, Pascal will be prowling about, hoping to ensure that Lucas does not pose any risk, but Lucas is already on the edge of making another big discovery. In the episode of GH airing on February 24th, Lucas is ready to receive some vital information. It looks that Lucas will unearth new data regarding Sidwell's suspicious behavior, which he may choose to keep to himself until he can gather more proof. There's a significant likelihood that Lucas may overhear Sidwell plotting to attack Laura Collins once more. Sidwell may talk to Marco about visiting Laura to remind her of what's expected. Sidwell may engage Marco in a conversation about visiting Laura to remind her of their agreement and the risks involved. Regardless of the circumstances, it seems like Sidwell is gearing up to impose pressure on Laura on February 26th, attempting to persuade her to make a news conference. This likely will be one that promotes Willow Kane as a preferred option to Alexis Davis for Drew Kane's congressional seat. On February 27th, Lucas will be demanding answers, which may lead him to connect the dots and understand that Sidwell pressured Laura into supplying that information. It's probable that Lucas may confront Marco, seeking the truth about the hold Sidwell has over Laura. Lucas may pressure Marco to prove his love by making a move against his father. Should Lucas find the facts behind Sidwell's Professor Henry Hank Dalton trunk plan, he would definitely be even more terrified by Marco's father. Lucas may urge Marco to display his devotion and commitment by taking serious action against Sidwell. Given that Sidwell possesses blackmail images and a pistol with Laura's DNA all over it, he holds the leverage to potentially jail Laura. As long as that damning material is in Sidwell's hands, he will keep the edge against Laura. Consequently, Lucas may push Marco to surreptitiously undercut Sidwell and neutralize that threat. Should Marco choose to do so, he would be showing Lucas that he is ready to express his independence but may also imperil Marco's friendship with Sidwell and place Lucas' life in jeopardy. Chase under fire, Willow's vow, and Sidwell's next threat to Laura. Trouble will erupt for Harrison Chase, while Willow Kane prepares to take on a new career. Jen Sidwell will also cause more havoc for Laura Collins, so here's what ABC's GH has in store. After Michael Corinthos decides he's had enough of Chase's pranks, he'll form a fist and strike a blow. Brooke Lynn Quartermaine will witness Michael's attack and have lots of questions about what's transpired. Michael will criticize Chase for taking his keys and will undoubtedly act like he planted one to Drew Kane's apartment himself. Of course, Chase will deny it, even if he admits to checking the keys out and discovering one that gave Michael entry. Brooke Lynn will grow bored up with Chase worrying on putting Michael in prison, so she'll throw down the law with him soon enough. As for Maxi Jones, she won't know what she's going to do about her complicated love life. Nathan West will quiz Maxi as Damian Spinelli worries to Lulu Spencer about expecting Maxi to choose her previous flame over him. While Sonny Corinthos makes Rick Lansing his confidant, Jordan Ashford will offer a warning. Will that mean prepare Laura for Sidwell's next move involving Willow? Whatever the case, Sidwell looks set to pressure Laura into endorsing Willow to the governor instead of Alexis Davis like she planned. Laura will ultimately make a huge pronouncement during a news conference, so she may say that she feels Willow should be Drew Kane's replacement in Congress. Willow will make a pledge, so she may address all this publicly and swear to do good things in Drew's place if this plan proceeds forward. Alexis won't grasp why Laura altered her mind, but she may not receive the answers she's seeking for if she confronts her. While Dante Falconeri looks to Elizabeth Baldwin for counsel, Isaiah Gannon will seek out Trina Robinson and possibly beg her to give him a real chance to show himself. After Ross Cullum throws some questions at Jason Morgan, he'll have another covert Brit Westbourne encounter as they explore what's next. Jason will also offer Sonny the latest news as Lucas Jones keeps looking for information on Sidwell's immoral behavior. Marco Rios may fall on the hot seat again as Lucas strives for the entire truth. Across town, Cody Bell will seek to patch things up with Molly Lansing Davis, while Lisa Lobrecht goes to Brit for a favor. Lucy Coe will also arrive in a tough place, so her attempt to unearth additional details about Sidwell's imports might encounter a serious hitch. General Hospital spoilers predict Lucy will have to talk her way out of difficulty, so stay tuned. General Hospital spoilers: will Justine's dangerous game with Sonny turn deadly? General Hospital spoilers state that acting district attorney Justine Turner is playing a very hazardous game with Sonny Corinthos, and things are going to get considerably more difficult during the week of February 23rd to 27th. General Hospital's promo trailer for this week depicts the lawyer and the mafia leader on the edge of a lip lock, so as Justine comes closer to Sonny, things will only become uglier. In fact, in the teaser, Jordan Ashford can be heard in a voiceover during Justine and Sonny's footage stating, "Sonny may care about you, as long as you don't get in his way." Truer words have never been said. Still, Justine is becoming closer to Sonny, but is she developing true affections for him? Sparks fly everywhere whenever these two encounter. Sonny is certainly drawn to the ADA, however, it's hard for GH viewers to determine if she's into him too or only connecting with him to obtain intel to bring him down. Justine appears focused on being the person to send Sonny to prison, but she's also seen a gentler side to the criminal, so she's fluffed off the risks of spending time with him. What Justine doesn't understand is that while Sonny is a pillar of the community, a philanthropist, and a mob boss with a heart of gold, he's also got a savage side when it comes to anyone double-crossing him. After all, years earlier, he shot Dante Falconeri when he recognized he was a mole that was trying to infiltrate his organization to acquire the goods on him to send him to prison. In more recent years, Sonny shot FBI agent John Jagger-Cates, point-blank in the shot, offing him for crossing a boundary with his family. Plus, when Sonny found Dex Heller was a traitor, he tore into him and beat him to an inch of his life. If Sonny finds out he's being exploited, it's hard to determine exactly how he would handle Justine. Sure, he makes a fantastic pizza and spaghetti sauce to dying for, but he's not all smiles and dimples when it comes to his foes. Sonny is very much a hero in the realm of Port Charles, and someone who is passionately protective of his family, but when crossed, even in his latter years, he is a force to be reckoned with. Does Justine grasp the terrible predicament she's placed herself in by orbiting Sonny's orbit? With that said, she could be truly falling in love too. This does seem like a case where Justine may be seeking to bring down Sonny, but resist from hitting the button when everything is said and done because she's fallen for him. General Hospital spoilers reveal that both Sonny and Justine are playing with fire, as he too realizes that she's related to the law, but spends time with her, nevertheless. GH spoilers, Jason's bombshell Cullum admission leaves Carly reeling over Sonny's safety. General Hospital rumors and updates hint that Jason Morgan would disclose a bombshell revelation involving Ross Cullum. Will Carly Spencer be overcome by the threat posed to Sonny Corinthos and Jocelyn Jacks? Cullum dropped in on Carly, and it wasn't a social visit. Cullum made an appearance to see Carly in the February 9th episode of GH, throwing clues that she may be a distraction for Jack Brennan. At some time, Carly might bring up Cullum's visit to Jason, perhaps driving him into a state of terror. Jason is aware that Cullum is problem, according to the information supplied by Britt Westbourne, therefore he could share some updates with Carly regarding the issue. Carly absolutely has to be notified that Cullum is the guy responsible for the prior attempts on Sonny's life. With Carly planning a visit to Windermere shortly, it's evident that she will be placing herself in a risky situation. Jason will give Carly some warnings. Jason could uncover this too and encourage Carly to avoid Jen Sidwell because he's paired up with Cullum. Naturally, if Jason notifies Carly about Cullum, she'll be concerned about Jocelyn. Given that Cullum is linked with the WSB, Carly may be concerned by the possibility of his attacking her daughter. Jason would suggest that this is just another reason for Carly to stay alert and keep her distance from both Cullum and Sidwell. Nevertheless, Carly could object that they can't simply stand by and do nothing. Carly might encourage Jason to destroy Cullum straight away and might grow upset if she finds out he can't do it yet since he's focused on supporting Britt. Carly is likely to be livid over Jason prioritizing Britt's safety over hers. Even if Carly isn't privy to all the circumstances, she might seethe if she feels Jason is placing Britt's safety over hers, as well as Sonny and Jocelyn's. Carly could feel driven to take action herself to bring Cullum down sooner rather than later. It all rests on whatever underhanded techniques Cullum may utilize next and how the threat could develop. Carly definitely has a lot on her plate already with her partnership with Valentine Cassadine and their plan to take down Brennan, but she can't disregard the Cullum danger that has just landed at her doorstep. General Hospital spoilers hint that Carly might find herself in over her head if she's not cautious, so stay tuned for all the impending chaos. Itches Cameron Matheson on how he handles negativity. Some General Hospital fans can't tell the actor from the character. Cameron Matheson stated that he's received apples thrown at him. General Hospital's Drew became the most hated guy in Port Charles. The sensation is felt among the supporters as well. Cameron Matheson experienced some of that anger from the supporters. He discussed how he handles the negative attention that he receives. Key takeaways: Drew Kane moved from being a kind guy to a cruel individual who engages in immoral activity. His deeds made him the most loathed villain in Port Charles. Even the fandom can't stand Drew. On a recent interview on Good Morning America, Cameron Matheson discussed how he manages the criticism. Most hated man in America? Earlier this week, Matheson appeared on Good Morning America to explain his evil role. He wasn't going to defend his alter ego. Matheson brazenly claimed that Drew is just not a good human. In all his experience as a soap star, Matheson never played a role like this before. While he concedes that it's fun, he also finds it so bizarre being hated so much in America and on the canvas. Co-host Robin Roberts reminded America that Matheson is nothing like his role. But it hasn't prevented some GH fans from not being able to tell the two differently. Some would hurl items at him or try to run him down. "I was telling you guys that I've had apples thrown at me in the supermarket. I've had people wrap up mags, beat me," Matheson explained. "I've had a car almost run me over on the street. I'm not used to these things happening, which indicates maybe I'm doing a decent job." Tackling negativity head-on during that interview, Matheson explained how he handles negativity. Stepping into the role of Drew Kane has been a therapeutic release for him. He's gone through so much in his personal life for the past few years alone. "I've been through a series of pretty big life challenges, and I try to be positive and resilient and upbeat," Matheson said. "And then I go to work, and I get to just let it all out." In the past year, Matheson has fought with cancer, lost his family home in the Los Angeles wildfires, and split from his wife. He enables Drew to sow turmoil in Port Charles as he deals with these big problems behind the scenes. Taking on the character of the villain helps Matheson to express his sorrow. What are your opinions about GH fans bashing Matheson in public? Michael's temper flares, Cody encourages Molly, Lucas wants answers. Michael Corinthos' fury explodes, as Cody Bell urges Molly Lansing Davis. Also, Lucas Jones demands answers after acquiring crucial information earlier in the week. Michael's fury explodes. Maxi is overwhelmed on Monday, February 23. Michael's fury explodes, as he bursts into a rage and knocks Harrison Chase off his feet, right in front of Brooklyn Quartermaine Chase. In the meantime, Maxi has encountered Nathan West in the cemetery, close to his gravestone. She's overwhelmed. Elsewhere, Jocelyn Jacks discusses Emma Scorpio Drake with Gio Palmieri. At her workplace, Alexis Davis is dubious when Rick Lansing tells her news about the shooting of Drew Kane. Plus, Dante Falconeri makes a pledge. Sonny confides in Rick. Cullum questions Jason on Tuesday, February 24. Sonny Corinthos confides in Rick most likely about the problem with Michael, who didn't help himself or his cause by punching a patrolman. Elsewhere, Crooked WSB director Ross Cullum has questions for Jason Morgan. Will the inquiries be concerning Britt Westbourne? Lucas will obtain crucial information, which he'll demand answers about later in the week, potentially concerning goings-on in Windmere. As for Lulu Spencer, who's in a difficult circumstance, she's reluctant. In the meanwhile, Jordan Ashford will give a warning to someone. Cody encourages Molly. Gio gets good news Wednesday, February 25. Cody encourages Molly. Might he repent for his lack of grace over her book? Plus, Gio gets wonderful news. Will Emma be returning from the vacation with her mother soon, or is this referring to another situation? In the meanwhile, Britt and Jason discuss their alternatives, and given their romance needs to remain hidden and Cullum asks Jason questions, they may not have many options. As for Chase, he finds himself considering a tough dilemma. He may be in difficulty at work. On the other hand, he could be in problems with Brooklyn. In the meanwhile, Dante seeks out Elizabeth Baldwin. Laura organizes a press conference. Jason debriefs with Sonny on Thursday, February 26. Mayor Laura Collins organizes a press conference. This may have something to do with filling Drew Kane's congressional seat. Elsewhere, Jason debriefs with Sonny, and this might involve one of several distinct circumstances. Plus, Isaiah Gannon visits Trina Robinson. Presumably he wants to try and befriend his prospective future stepdaughter. As for Jen Sidwell, he will play hardball. He wasn't thrilled with Tracy Quartermaine's request of all his records relating Deception Cosmetics. And as for possible Congresswoman Alexis, she is thrown. Lucas demands answers, and Lucy has some explaining to do. Finally, on Friday, February 27, Lucas demands answers concerning what he learned earlier in the week. Lucy Coe, who intended to seek revenge on Sidwell, has some explaining to do. She can't say Sonny didn't warn her. As for Laura, she pulls back. It seems like a conclusion isn't what she hoped. Elsewhere, Liesl Albrecht will appeal for Britt's aid. And Willow Kane makes a commitment.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe my channel without missing any update.